You ain't gonna start no music this time?
Cut it down. Cut it off. Cut it off. No more music. No more music.
I
Let's
couldn't
get
find my
this
damn music
show
button.
on the road. What's going on, everybody? This is E Black TV with J Marie of the Dirty Pleasure Show.
Yes.
Do you
And
want to
I
add?
am J Marie. Okay. I thought I was going to introduce myself. What's going on, y'all? I am J Marie, host of the Dirty Pleasure Show. Welcome, 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 welcome.
We have a full panel today. We have special guests coming in today, talking about their issues, talking about their stresses. We're going to ask them why they won't commit. Each one of them won't commit to nobody. They don't like nobody. No, we're not. Okay. I was
Oh, we
joking.
were doing that. Okay.
No, I was joking. We're talking about commitment. Why I won't. This is based on our, how do you say, our web series, What Are We series, with people living in the gray area. We've brought up different individuals who want to speak to this issue. So, living in the gray area has a lot of different meanings. But then before we get to that, let's introduce our guests. I'm going to start from the far right, Miss Brooks. How you doing, Miss Brooks?
I'm good. How are you?
Salute to Miss Brooks. We got Ty Ford on our bottom left. Now, is that Farad or Ford? Well, until he comes back to us, we'll ask him again. Jamarcus Hartsfield, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
And far
Freaking
right bottom, we got Nate. What's good? Nate in the building.
What's up? Appreciate you having me.
Too cool, Nate. That's what I'm calling him right now. That's his nickname for the show. Too cool. We got somebody in the backstage who's not cammed up, and I'm not sure who that is. Bobby Campbell.
Who?
I don't know.
Be,
They're
Just
not.
let him. I think just let him watch the show. I know who he is. Just let him watch the show. He don't need to be.
Okay. All right. B Love is in the building. She is in the building. But like always, I want everybody comment, like, subscribe, share. But the main thing about it, if you want to ask specifically Miss Brooks a question, Miss Brooks, what's your Cash App? I'm gonna put it in the chat.
It's just my first name, AWYANNIA. That's it. $ Ayana.
$ Ayana. Okay.
Yeah.
That is this right? Is this right?
No.
Okay, then do not send it to that. Hold on, let me delete it before we get to there. What is it again? $
AWYANNIA.
Okay, there we go.
Let me see what you have now.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the original Ayana.
Oh, good Lord, black. Okay, that's an old '70s name. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. Hey,
But
I'm
so,
the authentic Ayana.
yes, that is very
Mhm.
lesson. Who has the background noise?
Do we have a link or is it just?
I think that might be.
A link for what? What is?
Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, so let's talk about the gray area. What do y'all know about the gray area? If I was to say you're living in the gray area, what does that mean to each one of you guys? We're gonna start off with Jamarcus.
Shit, I don't have a clue what that mean, bro.
If somebody was like, "Man, we in the gray," what you think that
We
means?
talking about like if a girl was to say that to me or something?
Yeah.
I don't live for no gray area. It is or it ain't.
Okay. All right.
Get it understood.
All right. All right.
Man.
Yeah.
Nate, what you say?
From what you said earlier, I don't know, I might be the bad guy. I might thrive in the gray area. So
Okay. Okay.
Oh, not sexy.
Ty, what
that's
you
what you're talking about.
what you think, Ty? You're on mute. Oh, Ty. Ty, you killed me.
he put a time out.
Lord Jesus.
I don't know what's going on
Miss
with his
Brooks.
stuff because
Miss Brooks, what do you think about the gray area?
So for me, a gray area is where there's no clear definition of what we're doing. A gray area is I don't know if we're exclusive or we're just courting, like are you serious? Are you lying about something? Are you married? Do you have an exclusive woman at home? That's a gray area for me. So I definitely understand what a gray area is. So and I do gray areas. So yeah, but there's definitely a gray area, and those are, for me, that's what it means. So
Okay. You guys are pretty much across the board. Men think of the gray area a little differently than women, and women are clear about what they know what the gray area is. But
well,
so
the
that
men didn't say anything about their gray areas.
That was a
They
little
didn't even
different
know
than what
what.
I thought too.
go ahead, Nate.
you
Go
said
ahead.
who didn't?
No,
Oh,
I'm just
Nate.
saying
Oh,
her explanation was a little different than what I thought.
Okay, what you think?
who didn't? Oh,
I'm just
Nate.
saying
Oh,
her explanation was a little different than what I thought.
Okay, what you think?
oh, we got some
I'm just
feedback.
saying
Cut the
her explanation was
YouTube down or something. Somebody
I
cut
mean, you're not wrong, but you
we just having all kind of shit happening today.
hers was about being confused or not, lack of communication. So
Yay.
I wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't about like. That was just a gray area. I think if you're trying to lead someone, like, oh, you're telling someone you're married and you're not, or you are married and you tell someone that you're not, or you
Yeah,
tell
that's
someone that you are in an exclusive relationship. That's a gray area. That's not leading nothing. That's you're being misleading. That's great. That's great. When you mislead people, I think the best thing when you try to date is like tell people the truth. Like, look, I'm married. Here we are. I want to do threesomes, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, or I just want to sleep with you, and I care about you. Those are gray areas that need to be understood. So,
I think I'm agreeing with you. That sounds like a communication to me.
Well,
If he's, if he's not, if the person is not being honest about what's going on, or they saying different than what is going on, that's like a communication. That's everything
see,
you
that's
described, really.
deception, though. That's not necessarily a gray area. In my mind, a gray area is a relationship where like y'all are in between, sort of like that next plateau, or you think you are in between the next plateau, and that's not the case. But it's not necessarily I'm lying to you. It's more like he maybe doesn't want to commit, or he's not ready to commit, or he's not ready to take it to the next level. And then, it's a
Or
gray
she,
area.
or she.
Or she.
and so that's why you always have to be upfront. Like the best thing is to always be upfront. Like, look, I'm married, or look, I have a woman, like, or look, I have a whole living. And when I say
I have a hoe, I was like, oh.
No, not a whole, but
that's different.
Like a whole living, like you have a whole living chick, like that lives at your place. You take care of her. You guys have an understanding. Like I just feel like, a lot of people just try to go out here and freestyle, and then they don't let either or know what's really going on. So, to me, I don't deal with shit like that. Like that's
okay. So that's
wait a minute, or it'll be that roommate, or like no, that's my roommate. This is my roommate. We don't.
Oh yeah, no. Every time it's the roommate, they're always fucking. Like
it could be a roommate. Y'all know how bad this economy is. Y'all better stop this cat.
No, but even before COVID and everything, like guys would have pulled that ticket. It's like they're still fucking. I don't care. I don't believe that.
If I have a roommate and it's a guy, he's not gonna be ugly. I'll tell you that. He won't be ugly. He won't be unattractive. So there you go.
Stop the cap.
I'm just saying he won't be unattractive. So
Okay.
if we putting two and two together, then the roommate ain't gonna work.
All right, so since we talked about commitment.
Yeah.
Let's talk about commitment.
Going through roommate.
Yeah, let's talk about commitment. What is like something that when you establish a relationship, what does that look like? What is that? Is it are you committing to calling a person every day? Are you committing to basically if somebody was to say, hey, you got a girlfriend? Yeah, I'm talking to somebody. What is that commitment period look like? Because we're talking about the gray area. Basically, if somebody say, "Hey, you got a girlfriend?" Yeah. Ty, you got a background. I think. Let me see. I'm
good now. I should be good now.
Okay, there you go. You're good. Let's talk about this gray. Mind you, we're talking about this gray area. So when we talk about commitment, how do we get from the gray area towards commitment? Because we're going to build on this topic. Because, like I said, we're talking about commitment this whole show. Let's start off by defining what commitment is. To each one of you guys, whatever you guys want to feel like if you feel like, hey, commitment is only until I get married. Some people say that. Some people say you're single until you get married.
You couldn't be single by your goddamn self because it has to be. To me, it's levels to it. It's levels to it. It's a progression. So if we're progressing towards a relationship, that's different than you being single till you married. I don't play that at all. You're gonna be single forever if you're talking about being with me and being single until you married.
So
it's progression. So I'm. What is it? I'm capping. Let me be a little tip here. I'm capping.
Nah, you are.
I'm about to say you ain't about to be single. The fuck.
So Ty, what do you think, Ty? Ty, what you think?
So for me, I'm all about communication. Like I'm a logical thinker. I'm a logical person. and I take everything literally. So whatever you say, that's what I take. So I think whatever we committing to just has to be out in the open. Like if we just, I'm trying to make sure I use the right words. I don't want to say the wrong word. If we just smashing, then I want that to be known. That's what we're doing. So that's what we're committed to. We're committed to that. And if we're saying this is what we're doing, and you are the only person that I'm doing this with, then to me, that's the commitment. Anything else, we have to define that. Okay, are we working on building a future together? Like all of that has to be defined. And if it's not, then you leave yourself open to be in that gray area.
Jamarcus, what you think?
Commitment. Yeah.
I see the non-committal person right here. Okay, we got it.
It just with me, man. This shit, man. I done been through so much with commitment. I don't really give a fuck, bro. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, if
speak your truth.
Like Ty said, man. If we just even though that don't ever last long with me, we start off saying we just gonna fuck.
Yeah.
And the next week is, oh baby, I got feelings for you, but my feelings might not be where yours are.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's the gray area.
What that is? It's really not a gray area because I'm telling you,
That is a gray area. That's
no,
very
wait, hold up. It ain't gray if I'm telling you I don't fuck with you like you fucking with me. That's straight up.
I was just fucking with you, literally. My bad.
That's what we agreed. We agreed to.
Fight back, Marcus. Fight back, Jamarcus.
We agreed to just fuck. That's that. It ain't nothing gray in that.
Right.
If we
it's not. If it's an agreement, I agree.
You say, I just want it. I'm gonna call you when I want you to thump. Okay, I'm gonna call you when you want me to put up. That's nothing gray.
I see where this is going.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Miss Brooks.
It's like hold up, because Miss Brooks is smart and intelligent, and she's gonna switch my words around. So let me finish. There is nothing gray about being upfront about what we about to do.
Right.
okay.
Right. If you say what you say and mean what you say.
And stand all 10 on it.
Right.
Okay.
Miss Brooks.
Yes.
Help save this conversation of telling us what you feel commitment is.
I'm sorry, I fucked up the conversation.
So
No. Trust me, you helping.
So what do I think commitment is, like in a genuine relationship or a situationship? Which
commitment to you? If I'm saying I'm committed to Miss Brooks, what does that mean?
To me is loyalty, number one.
Okay.
Number two, a great provider. Like if you're committed to me as a man, as a whole man, you're going to be a great provider. You're going to be loyal to me. I'm going to be loyal to you. So we're talking about the man right now. We're not talking about me. And he's going to make sure that my everyday anything, baby is good or she's good, you know. Commitment is taking care of things around the house. Commitment is making sure we eat. Commitment is being a good provider if there's kids involved. Like, babe, do I need to take the kids to school today? I don't have toddlers or anything like that, but I'm just saying, I'm just answering the question. I feel like men put a lot of pressure on women that women are supposed to do this, and that. And then a woman is not, and then you're still supposed to bring all this other stuff to the table. I don't think it's fair. I think a man.
Can I raise my hand real quick?
Hold on 1 second. Trust me. I know what I'm doing here.
I just really.
I just want to ask this, Miss Brooks. As a woman, what are you committing to? Because you described for a man. What is your role in the commitment?
Well, I'm not committed to anyone right now. I'm single. So
why? What if you were to be committed? What does that look like? Really quickly.
If I was committed to someone, like whatever my man needs, like whatever he needs, I'm not financially gonna be, because he's the one supposed to be the provider and the protector. So I'm not financially going to be there, but I'm emotionally and anything else, sexually, anything else that he needs, cooking, cleaning, doing whatever. I will be there for my man. Like, but I'm not about to be financially. I'm not going to do that.
I love Miss Brooks. I love her. I love her so much.
Damn.
I love her. Nate.
Maybe I need to
That's-
scale back on what the fuck I'm doing as a woman, because
you already over here getting in my guts and like no, I'm not doing that. And men require so much when it,
Nate, say, help us, help us.
This is
men
pretty good.
require a lot when it comes to in bed. Like, so
Go ahead, Nate. Nate, go ahead.
What?
everybody's face. Demarcus. No, let's hear
I'm
Demarcus.
gonna go get a clip for my hair because I keep pulling my hair back.
Go
Okay,
ahead. Go ahead. Go get your. Go get it.
He done
Nate.
twisted around and everything.
Nate,
Yeah.
I need for Nate
Whoever.
to discuss the commitment really quickly because we about to have a fun. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I'm glad I went last. I think commitment's just doing what you say, following
Yep.
through whatever that you say you're gonna do. So, my commitment could be once a month. If I stick to whatever I said and we have an agreement, then that's a commitment.
Okay.
It could be, everything that she was promising. If somebody promises all that and they follow through on it, then that's a commitment as well. So I think it's just sticking to whatever that you agree on or whatever you say you're gonna do. That
So
would be
if
a commitment.
if I was to ask you guys a question, why do not, since you guys have stipulated this, why won't people commit? Ty, Jamarcus talked about openly having a conversation about, with your partner. Why won't people commit? What's wrong with that? What's wrong? What is wrong with people saying, I don't want to get
because they
married?
too greedy. They too greedy. That's
Uh-oh.
number one. They're
Uh-oh.
too greedy. They don't want to. They can't just have one woman. They're way too greedy. That's the number one answer to that question.
Sit back,
Number
Barry.
one
Look, I'm
answer.
gonna just sit back right
Number
here.
one answer.
Let's go.
I
Come on,
think
Nate.
I think
What we got?
commitment takes two people and you only one person.
No,
So
that wasn't the question though. The
wait a
question
minute.
was, why won't y'all commit?
Why
It's
won't
because
some
y'all
people
too greedy.
why
Why
won't
won't
some people commit is because commitment takes two people and
No. The
you
question
hold on,
is,
let me finish my
why won't
answer.
y'all commit?
Let me
Because
finish
y'all
my
too
answer.
greedy.
Nate, to be
Finish my
fair, Nate, I did ask, why won't you personally commit?
We didn't ask for a
Okay.
survey. We didn't ask for survey
on.
says.
This applies for me. This applies for me. So this is my answer.
Yes.
Okay. It takes two people to commit, and I'm only one person. And so a commitment is a extensive a period of time in the future that I have to trust that this person is going to stick to what they said or their feelings won't change. And so for me to put my assets or my income or whatever it is in jeopardy for someone else to stick to something they said now 10 years down the road, I'm not even convinced that I'm necessarily going to always
Then
do
why would
that.
you
And
choose
so
that person?
that's, well, I'm not saying I would. That's why that's put someone's issue with commitment. That would be my issue with commitment. Now, it is not on the person. I don't expect anybody to feel exactly how they feel now 15 years from now. So it's not an individual person. If I stay away from people that do that, then I wouldn't be talking, I wouldn't speak or look at nobody. So that's just an expectation.
Nate, I hear your answer and I understand where you're going with it. But just like this comment says, it takes one person to commit, it takes another person to follow. So your commitment is the issue.
Following is a decision
Nah,
as
I don't
well.
think following is
Following is a decision that the other person has to decide they want to do or not.
Okay.
So that's
Am I
also a
being
commitment.
clear about this? I could be committed, but another person does not have to or does not commit. That does not reflect on my commitment level. I am a committed individual. I'm willing to commit. I'm willing to do the actions. But just because that other person is not able to receive it or to take charge of my actions, like in a woman's case, does not necessarily mean that I have commitment issues. It means that I'm dealing with a person that's not willing to commit to me. Am I being clear about this?
Exactly. That's clear.
Yeah, but a commitment, but I also agree with him when it takes two people to commit, because it takes two people to have a relationship too.
It's
So how are
based
you
your
gonna?
commitment's based on the results, off the plan, off the future that's supposed to happen there. So that's what the commitment's based off of. And if
Okay,
there's no trust
but the
on the
no,
other
we're not
side,
talking about a committed relationship. We're talking about a committed individual.
okay,
Jamarcus, help us out. Jamarcus, help us out. And are you listening to this conversation?
Yeah.
Are you understanding the difference between, say, an individual commitment versus a relationship commitment?
I mean, I understand it from both sides, but for me,
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm committed day for day. Who you are today may not be for who you are tomorrow. So it changes like that. You know, in the life of social media and all this, you know, people post their highlights.
Yeah.
And you'll be with your girl, she be like, I want to do what they want to do, what they doing, but not knowing behind closed doors, he probably whooping her ass. So at the end of the day, I'm committed to myself first.
Okay.
And how I feel about you. If I don't feel a certain way about you, then you gotta go. Period.
So once again, okay. You know what? Let's move on, because let's talk about
something here.
yes. That's
right, 'cause
no,
I'm a
no. You're
committed
perfect.
person in
Fine.
general,
I
but
want
it's another-
everybody to express the way that they hear the questions, exactly how they hear it. So I have no
Yeah.
problem with the way this conversation is going. You guys are reflecting real life people and how they see life. This is why commitment overall on the spectrum is so different from different individuals. Let's be honest about it. Everybody sees it differently. So let's talk about why after love and divorce and children, people won't commit. Anybody can jump in.
Why
you
after?
either grow together
Oh.
or you grow apart. That's just life.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, and that be the thing. You never know. You can have all these kids, build your own crib, then you get married and it don't work. Then what? Who are you committed to then? Yourself or the kids?
Well, I think it would be definitely devoted to the kids.
So why would you break up?
Okay.
If we committed
think-
to our children,
Oh, go ahead.
but at the end of the day, as I always say, an absent parent is better than a toxic parent. So at the end of the day, if we just stuck in this crib and we stuck in this commitment because we stuck for the kids and not for us, then we're gonna ruin the kids.
Okay.
When it comes to commitment, you gotta be committed to yourself first.
J. Marie, are you bitter?
Bitter.
Why you asking that?
I mean, I'm sorry. Are you?
Great
No, because I was about to say, okay,
Great.
I
question.
was about to say, I was trying to be nice because we have guests. Okay, so
What?
I was going to say, when you talk about marriage and you said marriage and kids and all that, sometimes you realize you really like this motherfucker. You had kids with him though, but after the kids are gone, you don't have nothing with them. You don't have no kind of, similarities, no kind of interest. You really find out that you don't, like, I really don't fuck with you, but I was fucking with you for the kids.
Okay. Ms.
Sometimes
Brooks.
you find that, and then that's over with.
Ms. Brooks, are you bitter?
Am I bitter?
Mm-hmm.
With who?
In general.
No. Who
Okay.
am I bitter with? No.
Nate, are you bitter?
Not at all. I don't think I've ever been bitter.
Mm-mm.
Jamarcus, are you bitter?
No, sir.
Ty, are you bitter?
Not at all. Reason to be.
What does bitter look like after a relationship? Have you ever dated somebody who's been bitter?
Yeah.
Who's not willing to commit because they're still bitter from their last situation?
Yeah, bitter is all over social media. Every time you see people, when I see a man making a post saying anything, all women do this. When I see a woman constantly posting all men do this, to me that person is bitter. Like why are you so focused on the other gender if you was in a bad situation, now you're deflecting what happened to you on an entire gender. And so, to me, that's a bitter person. And I have been guilty of trying to reason with somebody who I saw do that. But at this point in my life, I try to stay away from them type of people, whether it's man or woman, because why are you focused on that? I know married people that are on Facebook talking about what single people are doing. Why are you focused on single? You got a whole husband or a whole wife at home. So to me, that's what bitterness is.
Ms. Brooks, have you met a bitter man before?
Oh yeah.
What does that look like?
It just looks like they don't know how to move forward. They want to move forward in all clarity for them, because sometimes it's not their fault. Like, they don't know how to move forward. So I've been out on dates, and they start out, oh my God, you're gorgeous, you're intelligent, you're this, but then they start going into their ex or their divorce or their marriage or this or that. And you can clearly tell they're so bitter, and you can't date. You should not be dating. You should not be trying to, if the whole logic of being separated, you shouldn't be dating. No. Okay. Until you are clearly divorced, you should not be dating, because mentally you're not there. You're not there. You're dragging someone else into your negative energy, because whatever you're going through, you're dragging that woman or man through that with you, and it's not fair. So, I mean, I'm a logical thinking person. Now, look, if you choose to be in a relationship with somebody that is married or something, let me put my hair back. That's on you. Because it happens. If you choose to do that, that's on you. It's real life. Here's my thing. People don't like to live realistically. They like to live in this bubble of, oh, they're married, or oh, they're going through a divorce, or oh, they're separated. But if you happen to come in a connection with someone and they are married, what do you do when you fall for them? What do you do when you fall for someone who is separated? What do you do when you fall for someone who is in an exclusive relationship with another woman? What do you do when feelings are intact? People can talk this talk and walk this walk about what they would do, but when you're actually in that situation and the tie bonds, it's facts. You just roll. You just get in that canoe and go with that canoe. It's up to you.
I agree, and I agree. Nate, I see you smirking.
I mean, I'm a realist about stuff.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
The reason why people are so fake, and they put this
life situation
of oh no, I wouldn't. No, you would. If you were in that situation, you would. If you get captivated by someone and you fall in love with someone who's still married or going through a divorce or whatever the case may be.
Well, but okay, playing devil's advocate. Now, if somebody doesn't have that same sort of mindset or belief about marriage, then that's null and void. You know, when it comes to somebody dealing with a divorced man or a going through separated man, if him and his wife or the soon to be ex-wife, if they agree that they can date other people or be with other people, then that's their agreement for that part of their separation. And to me, society's going to judge regardless. And then the overly Bible thumping religious folks are going to judge too. But if it's an agreement, then what's the problem?
There is no problem, because that's what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing. Say it straight up. Look, I'm married. Or say it straight up. I'm in an exclusive relationship. Say it straight up. I'm separated from my spouse. Say it straight up. I'm going through a divorce. don't put me in a situation. Like, allow me to say,
Oh,
you know
I see
what?
what you're saying. I misunderstood.
You
I
know
see
what?
you're saying.
I'll deal with you. I will deal with you. I'm okay. I'm okay with fucking with you because you let me know up front this is what's going on.
Ms.
I'm a
Brooks,
realist about
Ms.
stuff.
And
Brooks.
as long as your ex-wife ain't the one that's like bitter, trying to run up on a bitch and all this other kind of stuff too, because they exist.
I'm
out
too
in
pretty
this
for that.
world, too.
I don't run up on nobody and I don't get
No, but
ran
I
into. So
right,
if
but
you
it's women that will, and to be on some other shit. Like, bitch, I thought you was divorcing him. Why are you running up on me about this
yeah,
dude?
no, I've never been in that situation because
I've
I don't
never,
deal with
I've
stuff
never
like
either.
Look. Okay,
I've never either.
time out, ladies. I see we struck a nerve on this point. That's
No,
fine.
we're no nerve.
You
We
didn't.
got clarity
I'm
about
just being animated.
like because
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please. Okay,
I'm being animated.
we that's like look. We talking about past traumas and emotional pain from. That's why I brought up the bitterness stuff. So that's why people won't commit. Female and male side. What about? Do you think? How about loss of faith and love?
Oh, because they've been in serial relationships, or because they've had nothing but failure after failure. Then you
Yeah,
just kind of be like, fuck it, fuck love.
yeah. Have you got to that point, J. Marie, yet?
Hell no, hell no,
Okay.
no.
Jamarcus, have you got to that point yet?
What's that, brother?
You lost faith and love?
Ah, fuck yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Bro, man, we'll be here for hours if I can tell you, you know, why. It's not when you say bitter. I want to take it back there, man. I'm cautious, bro. Like,
Yeah.
because you know, every relationship is the same. It's just the people in them that deal with shit different. Like, everything got a euphoria phase, then it got that rock bottom, then you can't stand each other, then some people, if you're lucky, you make it back to the euphoria phase.
Okay.
That's luck. But I'm cautious of everything. Because I've been called baby, I've been called I love you, yeah, and then she played the cross.
Yeah, that's a bet.
Like,
That's
you know, it wasn't no cheating shit, it was just some shit I could never forgive.
How about this, Ty?
You know what I'm saying?
Ty, have you lost faith in love?
No,
No, not yet.
no. I
Not with these scallywags out here.
I lost faith in people for the most part, but just the whole idea of love. No, I still believe that it exists. I just believe that is maybe one or two people on this planet that know what it is. So,
What about you, Nate? What you think?
Nah, I love somebody new every few years, so I ain't lost faith in no love. I mean, maybe in love. You know, I think this people make a difference there. You know, you can love a lot of stuff and love in different ways. You know, but I think there's some people confuse like a connection. You
Love is a
know, with
four
love
action word.
with in love with being in love. So there's a confusion there, but no, there's plenty that I love.
Ms. Brooks, have you lost faith in love?
No, absolutely not.
You think a man is still gonna love you?
Absolutely. So here's my thing. When I think about
Y'all
love,
gotta stop.
when I think about love,
listening,
both my boys love me dearly. Like, and I do have friends who have loved me unconditionally. That, you know, I'm not married, but I mean, we love, you know, and I'll leave it at that. You know, until I'm gonna get married or something like that. But I'm always loved. I'm always loved unconditionally. Period. So I feel like everybody can find love. Like, but it's like, are you ready? The question is, are you ready to be married? Are you ready to be a fiance? Are you ready to do all these things that most men want? I am, you know, but are some women ready for that?
Okay. We're gonna put you to the test, Miss Brooks. We're gonna put you to the test, Miss Brooks, because
Okay, what's the test?
a lot of women have a desire of independence.
Mm-hmm.
They love being single. They love their independence.
I
They
love
love
being
taking.
single, but I want to be married. I want to be married and I want a husband, of course.
Do you think that because you're so independent that you may be preventing
No,
your
don't try to
future
pull
husband?
that card on me because
Just
that ain't
saying.
me. I'm not with that shit. You can't pull that shit on me.
J. Marie,
Now, I wish.
Am I too independent?
are you
Because
too
yeah,
independent?
That's not
Are you too
me.
independent to commit to a person?
No, I want a team player though. Like you got to be, willing to stretch too.
Pause. But yeah, I get you.
Stretch.
Yeah.
It is stretch. Shut up. Now we being grown and adults.
My God.
It is stretch. Stop messing up, making it be comical. I'm being serious. But it's what is the word? Compromise. Like find somebody that's willing to compromise and find somebody that's willing to balance things.
Balance
Because I
your.
am independent. I am independent like a motherfucker too. So the person that deal with me gotta understand that I need balance with that. So you can't come telling me what to do because that definitely ain't gonna fucking work. But if you can prove to me that within our relationship, within our dealings, that you've got balance, then I could be willing to trust you. And then that's when I let go of a lot of my independence.
Okay,
and allow
fellas,
men to be
before we
me.
get to the fellas, because I know the fellas heard a lot of stuff, and I want to make sure everybody, please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Leave a comment. Be engaging. I really appreciate.
Get the cash apps up if they
Yeah,
want to.
yes. And if you want to,
I don't even know my.
I forgot. One of the things that I said that for Miss Brooks to come on, if you send her a cash app right now, she will answer any question online right now. Is that right, Miss Brooks?
That's correct.
Okay. Is there a certain nominal amount?
No.
Okay, so if you send her any
But
cash
if you're
app,
not no $2, $5.
okay.
Next season, I'm gonna have my shit. Next series, I'm gonna have my shit together. It's gonna be the cash app underneath there. Damn that. Because I don't even know what the hell my thing is called.
I was about to send you something until you said no $2.
Nate, you want to send me something? Let me give you my cash app.
Yeah, go ahead. Y'all
I have to find it. But anyway, continue with the show.
So like I said, so please get the likes up. If y'all have any questions, we will stop the show immediately. Miss Brooks, let me know if anybody hit the cash app. Salute to everybody. Fellas, you heard the independent women say that they will commit to a man. Are they capping? Have you met women that are not willing to commit because they're so independent? I've met women who, hey, I have my car, I have my house, I got everything in order. You're gonna have to take me out of this situation.
Take me as in elevate me, or take me as in pay for stuff. Because what you talking about?
What's the question again?
Oh shit.
Have you guys met women who have so much independence they're not willing to commit?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me about these
all
women.
The time, actually.
Tell me about these women.
Well, you gotta, like I said, it's two people. You gotta commit in a certain way. If you commit with too many stipulations to where it X's out all your possibilities, then you're not really committing to nothing. So you gotta, there's a person that you pick and you find out what's needed, and then you can commit to that. You just don't set your rules above, however you want to set it. And
these women said that they're not going to leave nothing that they got going on until you prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't got time for all that.
Yeah. I think they end up with some guys
that they don't. Wait a minute, who said that? Because nobody say that.
Yeah. They're gonna end up with some guys that they don't like.
Yeah, they gonna end up with some guys that's gonna put hands on them.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
No,
Yeah.
sir. No,
Yeah.
sir.
Y'all
I didn't
so
say all that.
independent.
Nobody said.
Or you
First of all,
gonna
well,
die
I'm speaking for
alone.
myself.
You gonna die alone. Period.
No,
No, I
no.
disagree. So there
Listen,
are
okay,
I
hold
mean,
up.
you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
That ain't no motherfucker finna come in and just tell her what to do. That means if this man got a 100% great idea, he can't even say it to her because she got
No,
all.
that's not what I said. I
That's
said
what
you
you
can
just
prove.
said.
No, I said you can prove that you got balance, then I'd be willing to trust your judgment.
That's not what you said. You
That is
said,
what I said.
I'm
We can run this
listen.
motherfucker back, Jamarcus.
You said
He gonna get this work, nigga.
and
We can run it back.
listen, you said I'm
what's
so
proven?
motherfucking independent that can't nobody just come in and tell me shit.
You gotta be able to prove to me
How
that
do you
you
prove?
have balance.
How
That's
do you
what I
prove it?
said.
How do you
What's
prove
that?
it?
What's that
Because
involve?
in our dealings, it means like I gotta see you use good judgment on different things. I gotta see this. I gotta see it in action. I can't
Well,
just
we
go
got to
off
be
your
able to see
word.
it in you too.
Exactly. And I'm willing. That's why I said a team player. I'm on a team. I'm not by myself.
How would you prove it to him if you're not
Oh,
willing to listen?
I did
That's
not
what
say
you
I'm not
said.
willing to listen. I said I am not willing to just let you tell me what to do without proof that you have good judgment. That's not saying I'm not listening to you. If you show me that you have ill judgment on a lot of shit, then I'm not gonna be listening to you no way. Probably the relationship
I
ain't gonna
think
work.
that's across gender lines though. That's not for a man and
I
it's
think
just
that's reasonable.
if a woman say some shit that's unrealistic, the man not gonna listen either. So how do we prove to each other that we can listen to each other?
By listening, like sit down, talk to me, let me hear what you have to say, tell me about your day, give me reasons that I can trust what you say. Come home with, well, you ain't living with me, okay, wait
I
a minute,
think that's only
go
I
back.
think that's only done through action then, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Okay,
ask
so
y'all this question. Let me ask y'all this question to help y'all out. Do you think that there's certain psychological factors that prevent people from committing?
there are certain traumas, triggers.
What traumas?
Bro, everybody
Fear.
got different ones. Everybody, everybody grew up different. Everybody got different lifestyles, different life experiences. So what my traumas are may not be Nate traumas.
What are your traumas that you can actually say, hey, this is something that I've went through that prevents me from committing?
Screaming and yelling.
I agree with that.
No serious.
Screaming
Peace.
and yelling in terms of what?
If we
Just
when we can't if the discussion turns into an argument, conflict resolution is the biggest thing in my life. We ain't gonna be walking around here 2 and 3 days not talking to each other. So shit like that, like is triggers for me. Like shit calling me out my name. That's an automatic no. Especially if we playing, I get it. That's cool. We playing. But if we're in a heated argument and certain words fly out your mouth, well,
be gone.
you know,
I'm done.
Miss Brooks,
because once she snatch your nuts from you, ain't no getting them back.
Yeah.
Miss
It's done.
Brooks,
Period.
Miss Brooks,
Yes, sir.
do you have any psychological issues that prevent you from being committed?
No, because I think everyone is ingenious to themselves. I don't, all this stuff that you guys are talking about, I'm just listening because anyone can reprogram themselves to think how they want to think, regardless of whatever you've been through in your childhood or anything else. People always want to pawn off, I went through this, or I went through that, and now I'm traumatized, and now I need counseling. Reprogram yourself to think differently. Think differently. Think stronger.
Miss Brooks,
So,
how does a rape victim reprogram herself?
how does a domestic violent woman?
Nah, answer my question.
I don't know. You know
Because
what?
you said
You know what?
reprogram. Like,
Well, is this a challenge? Or are you gonna try to challenge? And
no,
you
I'm about to tell you I was
interrupted me while I was
No,
speaking
no.
about what
Hold
it
on,
is.
hold on.
I'm gonna tell you I was molested at 12 years old.
Okay,
Just
well,
say
I
I'm
can tell you how I
37.
was raised.
Hold up.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I
This
ain't
ain't to
doing
come
that.
at
I'm not
you.
doing that. I'm not. You
This
asked
ain't
me
to
a
come at
question,
you.
and I
I
couldn't
didn't
even
ask you
answer,
anything.
so I'm gonna let him.
Okay, hold on. Check it, chill.
So
Check
that's
it,
fine.
chill.
No, I ain't gotta
I'm
say
saying,
nothing. I'm
Okay,
done.
no.
if we
Ms.
giving
Brooks,
I don't
advice,
do that. I don't do
we
that.
I will use this.
reprogramming.
Hold on. I'm on mute.
I don't do that. You.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second, Miss Brooks. Miss Brooks, just 1 second. We are going to allow Miss Brooks to make a statement. I'm going to allow Jamarcus to make a statement, but we're going to keep this on nobody can hear you guys. So Miss Brooks is going to talk, and then Jamarcus, you're going to rebuttal, okay? Fair? Okay. All right. Go ahead, Miss Brooks.
No,
Go.
I'm done.
Okay. Jamarcus, do you have anything to say?
I said what I said. When she said,
Y'all killing me with this.
when she said, people have to reprogram. For healing is a lifetime. You just can't put a time limit on somebody's healing. That shit happened to me when I was 12. I'm 37 years old and still won't let a woman on top of me because I can't. So when we say just reprogram, I'm asking Miss Brooks, out of the kindness and love of my heart, how do somebody reprogram? That's all I was asking. I wasn't attacking her.
Well, the thing is, you're
statement.
not attacking me, but you interrupted me, and
Yeah.
that's
I'm sorry. That might have been the Wi-Fi.
You didn't
so I
let me
apologize.
finish my statements.
I apologize. It may have been the Wi-Fi.
No, it wasn't no fucking Wi-Fi. You interrupted.
Hey, y'all have a nice one, man. I gotta get out of here because we ain't finna.
Well, like I said, it is a valid question. Ms. Brooks, you stated that somebody needs to reprogram. How do you get to the point of reprogramming from psychological issues?
It's your subliminal brain. Like when you get up in the morning, you have to rethink things, because when people wake up in the morning, they automatically think about past trauma, or they automatically think about things that are they perceive things that are gonna happen that day, or they think about past trauma, so you have to, before you even put two toes on the ground, you have to think about, what is my day going to be like? How can I transform my thoughts? Like, I have to think positive. I can't think about what happened to me in the past. I have to think about what's going to happen today. How can I change yesterday in transformation to today? So people want to live. People that want to live in past trauma, that's what they do. I know, because I did it for years.
So you admitted that you had past psychological issues, past traumas.
Not no psychological. Don't say that bullshit.
Okay, I'm sorry. You had
it wasn't no
you had
psychological nothing. But
okay,
it was
so when
when people have past trauma,
okay.
they love to they want to play victim role all the time. So I don't buy that shit no more. So he can be mad at me and he can say whatever he wants to say, but you can know people have to get out of that victim state of mind. I did it for a long time.
I think that's
but you can't.
I understand. I
be
understand.
mad at me and start yelling at me, because I'm telling you, you got to get out of that state of mind. You have to start thinking about life in a different perspective. I'm waking up. I'm happy. I am so happy to be here. I am so happy to be able to breathe. I'm not in the hospital. My kids are healthy. You got to think about all the things that make you happy, not the things in your past. That shit don't do you no justice. It's
Ty, do you have psychological issues that prevent you from being commitment?
No, they don't. That
Look,
that doesn't.
I'll be fair with you guys. As a man, I suffered through a lot of hood trauma. I suffered through a lot of things in my life.
Mhm.
Stuff that I've seen with women. I can seriously say that I only had maybe 5 or 6 girlfriends in my total life. I never committed to any woman unless they showed me certain actions, and that was because I seen the traumas in my space where I just seen a lot. So I can't sit here and say that I don't have psychological factors that affect me. And I'm not discounting you. I'm not discounting you. I'm just saying to think a little bit deeper than just saying, hey, regular stuff.
So when I said no, they don't. It doesn't. I'm not saying that I don't have those traumas
Mm-hmm.
that I deal with daily, and that I've experienced. They are not the things that stop me from committing. They may play a part in why the commitments don't last or why they're not successful, but they're not the reason. They don't stop me from committing. So the
Hey,
trauma.
I'm listening to you, baby. I was just reading that comment that came up.
So we also have to understand when we're speaking for ourselves and speaking for others, trauma can be a physical trauma, it can be psychological trauma. I am a survivor of cancer. Cancer attacked my body, but I also experienced mental, psychological trauma from going through that experience. So how someone deals with something, they may have gotten past. I got past the physical side when I did 9 months of chemotherapy. Towards the end of my chemotherapy, I fell into a deep depression, and my doctors and my family was confused because they were like, "You just beat this thing. Why are you in this state?" And I couldn't explain that. So sometimes we don't understand why we're mentally dealing with stuff. So when it comes to relationships, I understand the things that can be a hindrance in a relationship that I call my traumas.
Okay.
But I can identify with
So
them.
you don't get into a relationship because you're not healed yet. And this
Well,
is simple. You
well,
don't get into a relationship.
Well, I think a lot of times we look at healing, we expect healing to say that I'm still suffering. And you said something that I really believe in, as far as I was a victim. When I'm going through something, I'm a victim. If I survived it, I'm a survivor. So I'm not a victim of cancer. I'm not a victim of molestation. I am a survivor of that stuff. So I don't forget about it. And I'm always going to be reminded of it so that I am aware of red flags when I see them. I am a victim of being in a relationship and being in a committed relationship and having her have a baby on me that wasn't mine.
Well, that's personal. That's
hold on,
personal things that you have to have counseling.
Hold on. What I'm saying is that happened to me. So I still remember that. I don't take that into another relationship, but I also understand there was red flags that I ignored in that when that happened to me. So going forward, I'm aware of those things, and I'm going to communicate that with my new partner. And so if she starts behaving in a manner that reminds me of what I went through, then that's going to trigger me pushing back or me holding back. Because if you know that I've been through this, and
number one, you shouldn't be exposing things to someone that you just met.
No, I'm not. No, that's what I said in a relationship.
Someone that you.
I'm in a relationship with this person, not somebody I just met. Trust me.
So that's a problem. People be pouring their hearts out to motherfuckers who it's probably gonna be. That's why you probably didn't want me on your show, because I'm gonna tell people the truth.
No.
Hold on.
I want you to.
But
I want you to
but
speak exactly how you feel to speak.
But you're hold
Everybody,
on,
you
you're
know,
You're
assuming
get
that
over here pouring your heart out to people like
that's
that.
not what I said. That's not what I
Okay.
said.
Who you think?
That's not what I said. I said somebody that I'm in a relationship with, not somebody that I just met, not somebody that I'm
How long
considering
you
being.
been in a relationship?
I'm sorry.
How long have you been in the relationship?
That varies based on the type of relationship you are, and you develop you when you're with
No,
somebody.
I said,
You
how long have you been in the relationship?
in what relationship?
See, we okay.
no, he said he's single. He's not in a relationship.
Right.
He's talking about if you were to be in one, and he's talking to her and communicating with her about that. I maybe I misunderstood, but let me chime in because two things I want to address. Ms. Brooks, I disagree with what you're saying when you're saying somebody's playing the victim. There is such a thing as playing the victim, and then there is such a thing as mentally having mental health issues or having some sort of trauma, child trauma. I feel like can be an issue where you now have to get therapy. Therapy is a real thing, and healing is not a thing
I
that
didn't say
happens
anything
once
about
like a
anybody
microwave.
getting therapy. What did I say? There was something wrong with somebody getting therapy.
Where you're saying they shouldn't go into a relationship unhealed, or they shouldn't
That's
be trying to
correct.
date
You
and
should
do
not
that.
go into a
Right,
relationship
but
if you're not
But no
healed.
one's healed. No one's healed.
So
It's a-
Healing is
you
a
should not.
process.
You should
though.
not. So I don't know where you're going with that, Miss J. Marie.
Well, okay,
But
where
what I'm
I'm
going
going
to
with
say
it is
is,
this.
again, you should not go into a relationship if you are not mentally healed. I'm not here to diagnose anyone if they're mentally ill or not. What I'm
But you are
saying is this.
diagnosing people. You did diagose someone
No, I
earlier.
did not.
You did.
all
You
right,
did.
all right. Time out, time out,
so
When
time
did
out,
I
time
diagnose
out,
someone?
time out.
When
you
did I
diagnosed
If you
the
diagnose?
person
seen
that
Tell
this,
me
left.
when I diagnosed someone.
okay,
No, I
okay,
did
we'll
not.
get to
I
that.
don't
We'll get to
diagnose
that,
Well,
someone.
because you
everybody.
were talking
I
about
have
the
worked
fact
in
that
healthcare since 1997. So the last thing I will do is diagnose someone.
you just
So you can get your ass back and sit your
ma'am.
ass back somewhere.
Oh wow.
Because
Okay.
Hold on, before, hold on,
I'm
hold on,
a
hold
dog
on, hold
now.
on,
You
hold
trying
on.
to
The
get
right one on
verbally
here today.
abusive or verbally aggressive? I can go there too.
No, because
I'm
you
just
put
trying to
words
let
in
you
my mouth.
know.
And you put
You
words
put
in my
words
mouth,
in a lot
and
of
that's
people's
not what
mouth
I
today.
said.
Oh
You
Okay.
wow.
put
But you did
words
too.
in my
Hold on one
mouth,
second.
and
Hold
that's
on.
not.
Okay, time out. If you're watching this right now, hit the like button, and if you're a content creator,
It's
please,
all love, baby, but you doing
please
that.
share
That's
this
what you doing.
motherfucker.
Break a leg, Mohead ain't dead, bitch, you heard what I said. Bitch, I go dumb, I go stupid, I go fed. Bitch, you shaking ass in the party, bitch, you scared.
All right, so we're back. We're back. We're back. Let's reset the room. Let's reset the room. We're talking about commitment, guys. And I understand we're talking about things and stuff that's personal to each other. I want to talk about the times that we lost our identity, and sometimes we may have lost our car or we're still recovering. I think certain people get like that. Let's be honest. I think sometimes we run into people who have been lost in a relationship and now they're trying to rebuild themselves. And I think we've been discussing that for the most part. We talked about healing. Nate, you've been quiet for a while. Have you ever met somebody who's kind of in that stage of like, because I mean, to be fair, we always talk about healing and you need to heal the day, but let's be honest about this. have you met a person who has really not truly found themselves and you're trying to get them to commit because you're willing to help or whatever the situation? Speak to kind of that.
Um, well, yeah, for one, I think healing is not a on and off deal. It's an ongoing process. And so you always got something that you're working on. And so on both ends, on both sides. And if not, then that's a problem, really. And so, and you're always getting new traumas, getting new traumas. You're experiencing life and you're going through new traumas. So, and everybody has their own process going through their healing process. Some people can go to counseling, some people can meditate. You know, it's different. And some people don't even know the way. They need to go to somebody to tell them. That's counseling.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily judge on that. Um, but everybody also has their requirements. So you gotta know yourself and know your own personal requirements, and you can deal with some things and some things you can't. I've 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 ran into women where they have trauma in their past, and even when I recognized it, I wasn't necessarily trying to convince anyone to be in a relationship or any type of commitment. I'm more on the end of we're still responsible for our own traumas as individuals. And so I'll be there to help, but it's also your responsibility and it's going to prevent you from getting certain things that you want or need in life until you handle that. But it's not nothing that's to me it's ongoing on some things. Some things are worse than others, but you're never healed. You know, you always have healing to do.
Jamarcus, welcome back. I'm glad we got a little moment. Look, I get this. I've done this enough times to understand heated conversations in personal life. I don't judge you nothing. Hey, but let me talk to you about something. Do you have any tips for a brother or for a female trying to re-enter to the dating market?
Just be cautious. I mean, I've heard a lot of guys say I need a woman to be my peace. And that shit ain't gonna never happen if you don't have peace for yourself. You know, that's why it was, you know, this podcast it let me know just in a few minutes, man, I still have shit to work on. You know, and I thank Miss Brooks, Miss J, Nate, Ty, you Black for sharing the stories and getting on my ass, really. Man, it let me know like, damn, bro, you still ain't truly healed from a lot of shit. And but as far as getting into another relationship, I think like I told a youngin earlier, man, I went after my last breakup. You know how you hurry up and go try to find somebody else. But when you go through it alone, when you go through that fire alone, that pain, that hurt, that everything that happened alone by yourself, just you and God, just no disrespect if nobody believe in it. But until you've done that on your own, like Miss Brooks said, it's best that you just stay single. Like it's like Nate said, healing is forever and a day. Like you can't, because there's certain times that things that happen to me, they're so far from my mind. But then when I find myself in a situation, a certain smell or a certain sound can re-trigger that night. So it's like you never know when you're truly not healed. Yeah. Until you bring somebody in, and then that something that they do remind you of that moment.
Yeah.
So I don't want to sound like a victim, Miss Brooks. I don't want to sound like she said, I like what Ty said about being a survivor, but it's some things I never survive. But that's also the one thing that I'm careful not to place on the person that I'm bringing in. Like I said, after so long, maybe like 6 months, and we've been rocking, hey, this happened to me. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's why I never let you on top of me. Or, you know, I don't never want to find myself in a vulnerable state again. So when you trying to do that thing you do, that's why it always goes soft.
Yeah.
So I think that's important that you tell your person that, because you know you can keep that to yourself. Then it goes into, well, I don't think this is gonna work. The sex ain't that. Well, no, mama, you gotta understand that certain position, it psychologically
Yeah.
gets me out my pocket.
And
I get that. Go ahead, Jay.
I think it has, and that's where more I'm speaking to the teamwork mindset of it all. When you're talking about compromising, when you're talking about bringing somebody into your life, it comes with whatever the baggage is that you have. It doesn't mean that you're not working on it. It doesn't mean that you haven't cleared out stuff. Like, I'm actively in therapy, and I will say that that's not no private matter. I'm actively in therapy because there's childhood traumas that I have not worked out. Now, has it stopped me from relationships? It probably has, because I'm pretty sure it has fucked with relationships that I've been in. But I feel like when you deal with you and then you deal with somebody else and bring them into your life, that's the part of compromise that you deal with. You deal with somebody's baggage, whether it's yours or theirs, but it's baggage you're dealing with.
And I think it helps. It helps. So, Jamarcus, something that you said, part of your, and I totally agree what Nate said. It's constant healing. You're constantly healing. You get to levels where it doesn't affect you the way that it used to affect you. But a level in your healing is you being able to talk to your partner and explain that, because sometimes in relationships we fall apart because we don't understand. And when you feel like you're comfortable with this person and you trust this person enough to explain to them, they, in the back of their mind, they may have been thinking, well, why would we do this? He kind of back off. Now that you explain it, now they have a choice to say, I understand you more. And if I'm really rocking with you, if I'm really committed to you, then I'm gonna help you with this, to where I may not put you in that process. I mean, I won't put you in that situation to make you feel this way. And I think I've seen so many relationships end because the person didn't have an understanding.
And I respect that. And let me say this, and I'm sorry because like I said, we have a lot of more stuff to talk about. So if I'm kind of rushing everybody, y'all know me, I don't run a long show. I try to get all the bullet points out, and you guys to go on to the other content that I know you guys like to watch. But at the same time, we talk. So Ms. Brooks, I've heard you on a lot of different podcasts or a lot of different clips, and you talked about your past and then how you've moved forward from that. Could you give somebody some advice on how you've re-entered the dating scene?
You said, repeat that?
How have you re-entered the dating scene? Was it just, hey, next week I'm gonna start dating, or did it take a progress? Can you talk
next week? No. Like, how does anyone just say, oh, I'm just gonna start dating again? No. I date. I literally go out. I meet guys in public. Like, if I'm out somewhere and someone offers me a drink or pays my tab, like, no, I've been dating for years.
Are you dating with the intent for marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
You can here's the thing, you can date with the intent for marriage, but what is that man intention? Like, what is he like? What is he looking for? He could still, this is a point that I was trying to make earlier. Men do lie. They do say, I'm not married, and they're married. Or they can say they're not in a relationship, and they are. So women out here, you can be the best pick of the litter, but you can also have a man approach you that is lying to you about what's going on in his life, and you can think he's the best thing ever until 2 or 3 weeks down the road, maybe 1 or 2 months, and then you find out he's married. or he's in an exclusive relationship. So yeah,
So what are some tips that you have for that? Because like I think what I'm hearing is that you have trust issues of particular men. What are your tips to
Oh, I don't have trust issues. I don't care. I don't have any type of trust issues at all when it comes to men. I just don't give a fuck. And so at the end of the day, I know that I can feel out a man, and if we date long enough, he will reveal if he's a liar or not to me. So there's no, I don't have trust issues. It's not none of that, all that baby girl shit, pop your hand. No, I will know eventually if you're lying to me. It's not, most women that are very intelligent, they know if a man is lying after a certain amount of time. You
Okay.
don't, it doesn't take an encyclopedia, like whatever. Like, no, if you're lying to me, I'll find out.
What about the lifestyle people, everybody?
Lifestyle condoms, or what you mean?
Fuck you.
Just mean what?
The lifestyle people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The
I'm sorry.
lifestyle people. What about the lifestyle people? I think we're excluding the lifestyle people. We're excluding the people who have a certain lifestyle. They just don't want to be committed. They're either polygamous.
Oh, wow.
They're
Okay.
either players
I
for
don't know
life.
what's lifestyle people. I'm so sorry.
like this is who, like, how many brothers do you know? I'm a player for life.
Oh shit, yeah, a lot.
Okay. How many females do you know won't ever get married again because they've already met their husband or they have children? This is a life. They're single for life.
You saying that
They won't marry again because they found a husband.
No, because they already left. They divorced their husband. He may have passed away.
Oh.
Maybe
I think it's some, and this probably get controversial. I think it's some that's out there that won't admit that that's how they are, but they create these long, crazy lists of what they expect their significant other to do, and so they put themselves in a situation where ain't nobody gonna meet them needs, and they know it, but they live in a fantasy world where, well, I'm just gonna be single until I find somebody to do this, knowing damn well ain't nobody finna do that. Jesus not gonna do it. So I mean, you not doing it for yourself. So why are you asking somebody else to do it? So I think sometimes we put ourselves in on platforms to where we know ain't nobody gonna meet our expectations, and so we put ourselves, in that situation. I've done that before.
Yeah.
You saying like unrealistic expectations of the other person?
Yeah.
Yeah, disqualifications.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm standing at the altar.
Like ask Jay Marie, what are you looking for in a man or a woman? I don't know if you want a man, if you want a woman. Like, I'm just saying, what are you looking for?
I am strictly.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
Strictly dickly. Let me throw that out there.
That's why
Maybe
I don't. That's why
okay.
that's why I said I don't know, because we're in 2024. I don't know, so that's why I said. So it wasn't anything to be condescending or be rude.
No, I understand. I get that a lot with this haircut. So
no, you're beautiful. You're a very beautiful woman.
Thank you. What I'm looking for is, it's not a checklist, because that has evolved. Because when I did have the checklist, they was not meeting none of it, and then that was the unrealistic expectations. But I've never asked something of that person that I couldn't do myself. I just know that based on them, that was an unrealistic expectation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I'm just asking you, what are you looking for? That's it.
I don't have a list.
You don't have a list?
If you were to step out and you were at a bar and you're like, or at a restaurant, the grocery store, wherever you may be.
Well, see, but that's the initial attraction: tall, dark, and handsome. Like that's my thing: tall, dark, and handsome. So
Okay.
we're just going by the like the superficial part of it: tall, dark, and handsome.
Okay.
But that man has to have characteristics that make me want to be in a relationship with him or make me want to get to know him
But
more.
you're not gonna know all that at first.
communication,
All you gonna know
right, is a look. Is the look. He gotta look the part for me to even be interested.
But what if he was this 5'9", 5'8", 5'10" man that approached you and he's like in Kroger and you in Kroger and he's like, baby, hey.
I wouldn't have a problem with it. We the same height.
No, wait, listen.
No, okay, I'm being silly. Okay.
I know, but listen. And then he was very presentable. And then he gave you his number or his business card. Let's say business card. We'll use that scenario. And then you have the card, you're checking out. And then he's like, let's do dinner tonight or tomorrow or call me. And then would you call him? Would you give him a chance?
I would call him, but I don't know about going out with him right away. Like I got to build up a conversation, build up some more information.
Yeah, duh. But I'm saying, would you go out with him after that? After he was a gentleman and asked you out?
Yeah, what's wrong with it? I don't have a problem with that. And as long as he's not being overtly gross or rude or disrespectful or anything like that, that just is a attribute that I don't like at all with anybody, then I'm good with that. But there are requirements.
But be honest, are you describing me?
No, sir.
Okay, I was just I'm responding to the audience.
Dark, handsome, and annoying is not. No, I'm playing.
Okay. All right. So I really want to talk about this individual. I know a lot of business women who are just single for life. They don't have any aspiration to really partner with a man. They use men as for a tool. For breeding. Sooner or later, this mythical guy, however he looks, will drop down from heaven and he will present me with a child. What do you say to those?
Without fucking. Oh.
They put themselves in a bad situation, I think. And so they're stuck kind of like to where the guys that they're best fit with is not the guys that they want. Because the guy's not going to show up and you turn a switch and be a certain way. They are already looking at you in the background and dodging you like the plague if you're a certain way. You don't see them. You like where all the guys at. They are dodging you like the plague. Those particular guys see you and they gonna log off. And you are what you attracted to. And so when you keep saying,
talking about sperm donor though?
Yeah.
And if he got sperm in him, then yeah, I'm talking about him. And you attract what you are. And so if you keep seeing the same person, it's an inner work that you got to change, in that situation for you to attract something different. But if you up there, if you notice, you want a tall, dark, and handsome guy to swoop you off your feet and pay for everything and yada, yada, yada. Those guys, they want a soft woman and a woman that's not all, walking around cussing and being all aggressive and cutting people off and stuff like that. Those guys don't want that type of woman, so you don't see them. They're gonna stay in the background and let you do what you do. And the guys that don't mind that
he was asking though.
Okay, well let him say that. And so those guys are the guys that you're gonna miss out on.
I love you, Miss Brooks.
When you're on a high level, the business busy boss lady. Those are the type of guys you run into versus the type of guys that you can't find.
I totally agree. With everything you just said, brother. Because I put myself in a situation where I've seen that. I've seen a very attractive woman and just watching her from a distance and seeing how she behaving, I'm like, there's no way in hell. No way in hell. And then I watch Slick Daddy walk right up on her and she and you know, try to talk to her and buy drinks and all that stuff. And she like, this the type of men that we got. No, there are other men out here, but they are watching. And the same thing for women. The women do the same thing. I believe that there are women that sit back and say, you know what, the way you carrying yourself, I can't rock with that. So
let me ask Miss Brooks something. Miss Brooks, are you attracting toxic individuals?
No, because I'm not toxic.
Okay. Jamarcus, do you attract toxic people?
Yeah.
I attract motherfuckers that are good to be attracted, baby. I'm like a magnet. People are drawn to me that are good people. I don't attract toxic people, period.
Okay.
So that's never been anything in my vocab. So now, no. Another question next.
Was you asking me or her? No, I'm asking. I thought you. I swear, I thought you called my name, brother. My bad.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You guys are look. I'm so chill. Like y'all just don't understand. I love laughing, so I'm not laughing at you guys. You guys are so. This has been the most entertainment I've had in a long time.
I ain't never had no light-skinned woman push my buttons the way you did, Miss Brooks. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know what, Jay Marie? I was gonna say, you know what? I like me some Jay Marie because we
had me. I'm glad we did the little thing because
we had a powwow it out for a minute because we did. Very strong women, and you know. But I love you. It was like I'm loving it. I love it. Like let's get in here and get that shit together. I'm very strong-willed woman, Black woman, and so are you. And so that's the reason why we was like, hey, let's get this shit out here. Like
both light skin, y'all both light skin.
But
we both light skin. We both light skinned.
But my whole thing is therapy does help. Like that was my whole overall thing. Therapy helps tremendously, but it is a constant thing. Like I don't think I'm ever going to be all the way 100% healed from everything. Because I'm constantly getting new experiences, just like Nate was saying, you're constantly getting new experiences. Mm-hmm. So you got to kind of treat your body like an oil change, like the car. You got to go get a checkup. You can't just assume, you know what I mean? You can't just assume that.
It works for some people. I just don't do therapy because I'm a therapist for everyone else. So I can go.
I'm about that shit crazy. I'm
always a therapist for someone else.
So that means you believe in it. You can't be a therapist for other people.
Where you finna come sit on my couch. I'm the type of person if I go, for example, to Pappadeaux's and I sit beside you, I can feel because I'm very intuitive. I've always had a gift since a little girl. I can
Lord Jesus.
I can always feel what someone else feels. And it may be funny to you guys and I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, I can read someone from A to Z. And how did you know that? How can you feel that? So it's not a point that I have to prove to Nate or Ty or Jay Mark. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all because I don't have to wake up in the morning and see none of you motherfuckers in the morning.
My God.
Oh, you're gonna keep on coming on this goddamn show. Oh no, you don't give a fuck about us now. Hold on.
Because I don't. I really don't.
At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about you either. So the whole thing is we're talking about a therapist needs a therapist. So do you not agree? Like, my therapist says she needs a therapist. Like when it's time, she needs a therapist. So
everybody needs therapy at different times in their life, and you can go on and off if you can afford it.
And the only
You need
people with
to
you
go
like
to
with that
some
headset on.
therapy. It's
These
not
people
just
like
for
that wear
people.
headsets. That's what I found
It's
out with
not
people
for
that wear
people with
headsets. They be
issues or
I
anything like
feel like
that.
you. I feel.
It's
That
not
was a
necessarily
personal
for
attack.
people who've had
Why?
issues or nothing.
It was because I'm tired
On
of.
the headset.
So here's the thing: I'm not gonna sit over here and be letting people personal attack me throughout the show, and then I'm not gonna say anything back. What the
I
fuck?
understand that, sister, but you're saying that you don't
No,
give a
you're
fuck
not
about
gonna
people.
attack me, and
No,
you
no, I
think I'm not
understand.
gonna attack you back.
I understand what you're saying, but you also finished it up by saying that you don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell
I
you,
don't give a fuck, and
okay.
that's
So,
the
and
fact.
guess what? I'm an Aries, and I can
I
I can
don't give
play.
a fuck. How tall are
And,
you? Like
and I
5'4"?
no, ma'am. I'm 5'11".
5'5"?
I'm 5'11". So
You're a midget.
so again, you're a very hurt. You're a
small
very
means
hurt
syndrome.
woman. You are a very
That
hurt
small
woman
means
because you can't
syndrome.
have a
And
decent
so that's
conversation without
why
attacking
you want to
somebody
talk crazy
personally.
to me.
That's what's
You have
wrong with you.
small
You
man
talking all this
syndrome.
smack. You're single.
No,
You're by yourself.
whatever.
You're still by yourself. You're
Whatever.
on this
And
podcast
you by
because you are
yourself with
single.
all them.
You are
You by
single. You
yourself
are a
with all them
single
wet ass
woman by
kids in the
yourself.
background at your
You
house.
and all you
You
have
are a
been doing this
lonely
entire
motherfucker.
podcast
You
is
are a
throwing hate
lonely
towards people.
motherfucker,
You
Ty.
have never
You are
had
a
a grown
lonely
man to tell you that
motherfucker with
you
your
need to take the
bifocals
moment
and
to
your
shut the
baseball
fuck up
cap.
and listen
You
to your own.
Good. 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 Good, man. Good, man.
So today was a very enlightening episode of the Dirty Podcast Dirty Show. Would you like to send this out, J. Marie?
To everybody, on the Dirty Play. Thank you to our guests, Ty Ford, Jamarcus Hartsfield, Miss. Oh, I promise I'm not throwing shade. What is it again, Miss John? Not Miss
Miss
Jones.
Brooks.
Miss Brooks. I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna see her on the thing. Thank you to Miss Brooks, Jamarcus Hartsfield, Ty Ford, and everybody who tuned in on the YouTube because y'all must enjoy the drama. But we were just trying to have a conversation, and we enjoyed everybody. We appreciate everybody. Thank you. Like and subscribe to the Dirty Pleasure Show.